Hey, Kevin here, top 100 financial advisor, two-time author, one-time bestseller, and we are here to talk about the stock market. We're still in the hospital, as you guys can see, so that's why we're doing like the premiere version, so we can like keep things on schedule while also like being a dad, being a good dad anyway. All right, so S&P 500, we hit an all-time high, which is great if you are an investor. This is one of the reasons that I've been telling y'all you should stay the course and just keep investing in quality stocks and or index funds. I've been saying it. That guidance has not changed. I've really been saying like the same things for months and years now, and I ain't been wrong yet. So you want to make sure that you continue the path and continue the course. I don't mean that it won't take a dip in the future. It won't mean that it'll go up in a straight line every single time. But remember and freeze this moment in time, because back in March, y'all were freaking out. People were acting a straight fool. People wanted to withdraw from the 401k. People wanted to just cash out and quit and just give up. Look, it's what, August 18th? It was at its worst point in March, 5 months, and we're done. Now, that don't mean it's all the way over, but you hit a record. This is big news. That's why you invest in quality stocks. That's why you invest in index funds. Now, if you don't know, the S&P 500 is the 500 largest stocks. Every company you can think of that has a name brand, Walmart, Home Depot, Apple, blah, 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 they're in the S&P 500. So that's what that is. Also know that the S&P 500 is a weighted index. So bigger companies account for more, which means that not all 500 companies are doing great. So do note that it is more tech companies, it is consumer staples like Walmart, Target, things of that nature, and then you've got healthcare companies. Those are like the three groups of companies that tend to do well. A lot of it is Amazon, a lot of it is Apple, a lot of it is Microsoft. So they weigh a lot heavily. Those are the ones that are doing really, really well. And then like a ExxonMobil, Phillips 66, not all that hot. So it's not every single stock, but again, it's 500 of them. This is why you invest in index funds, so you ain't got to worry about all of that. So do take note of that. It's also why I've been telling you guys that I have 3 sectors right now where I'm investing my money and where those are kind of going to help protect you, which it has, and help kind of push you forward. That's tech, that's consumer staples, and that is, we had tech, we had consumer staples, and there's one that I'm missing. I just said it in completely dad brain, right? So it's tech, consumer staples, and what is that last one I just said? I don't know. Y'all will put in the comments. I will probably remember the minute that we finish this video. But speaking of consumer staples, healthcare, that's what it was. I'm in a hospital. How could I forget healthcare? Clearly. So that's stuff like Moderna, stuff like Johnson & Johnson. You can count that in there too. Stuff like Pfizer. So healthcare, consumer staples, and tech. There we go. All right. So other than that, I did want to point out a few stocks that we had talked about in the past, and I have a special announcement at the very end. We had been talking about a few different stocks and why I think they're going to be good in a time like this. They were Walmart. We talked about Home Depot and hurricane season. I've been telling you guys about Kroger for some time. So let's take a look at a few of these. As you see here, Walmart did hit a new all-time high today because you gotta shop at Walmart anyway. I got my wife in Walmart, what, 25 years ago? She doesn't know. So about 5 years ago, I think, is when we bought Walmart, when it was super cheap. We can see here how cheap Walmart was. I don't know if they did a stock split, but 2015 or so, we got in at what must have been $65 or so. They could have done some splits, but we got in very, very early and have held it ever since. But Walmart all-time high. Why did they hit it? One, the virus is a part of that. People were staying home and ordering stuff online, and then also people got to go to Walmart. So that's why they've been doing well. But they are. Some people say that they are a very, very good competitor to the Amazon. I tend to believe that because it's kind of the original Amazon. Just didn't really have the online presence, and now that has improved for them. So Walmart is a big contender there. Number 2, Home Depot. They have done incredibly well. I've been telling you guys about this for at least the last 2 weeks or so. I did a video on what stocks tend to do well around hurricane season. Home Depot was one of those. As you can see here, their quarterly sales were up 23% which is huge. They also had some big milestones for them, like biggest online orders and a bunch of other things. Why is this the case? Primarily because people are staying home and people are like, look, I'm at home. I might as well redo this deck. Might as well make, whatever it is they got to make, gardening, things I don't do. I'm just not a DIY person when it comes to like home improvement. I'll cut the yard. That's about it. My people have been in the fields too long for me to be out there. To be honest with you, because I don't even like cutting the yard, but I do what I got to do. So this is why, one of the reasons why Home Depot has done so well. They also had a record year for online sales too, where people been buying stuff online, coming and picking it up. So great for Home Depot. Hurricane season, I've been telling you guys about that anyway. Again, when I mention a stock, take notes on it. Just take notes and, do whatever investigation you got to do. But, I am not perfect by any means, but I'm right more often than not. So do pay attention to that. And then you got Kroger, which I don't know if we have it here. I don't have it up, but we can pull it up here with a chart. But Kroger, been telling y'all guys, been telling y'all about this for months now, going all the way back to like April or May. If you've been on the email list, which you should be, you would have gotten emails like, hey, you might want to take a look at Kroger. You might want to take a look at it. And then all of a sudden, Warren Buffett invested in it too. So been letting y'all know that. But again, this is that consumer staples area where you're going to need this stuff anyway. They're not always like the Amazons of the world, the Teslas of the world, and things of that nature, which is fine, but you always need something to balance you out. Not everybody is ready for a Tesla or an Amazon or an Apple, because sometimes, especially with Tesla, especially with Amazon, it can be volatile where it drops 10% in a day. Everybody ain't built for that, and that's fine. There are other stocks that will make you money, whether it be modest or aggressive. Different flavors for different folks, right? So these are the consumer staples group stuff, basically stuff that we all need as consumers. So I'm going to show you this here before we hop off today and give you my special announcement of the day. All right, so we've got Walmart here. I'm going to throw in Home Depot. I'm also going to throw in Kroger. Home Depot's orange logo, just to keep everything straight. And then we're going to do Kroger before we add one more. All right, we've got Kroger. Kroger is blue, so I'm going to leave that there. All right, so this is just this year. So year to date is YTD, so from the beginning of this year to right now. All of them up. You got Walmart at 13%, you got Kroger 25%, and then you got Home Depot all the way at 30%. Again, all of them, been telling y'all. Like, if you don't know where to pick, this is kind of where that investor's toolkit comes into play, which is another reason why you should definitely check it out. You want to check it out sooner than later, because prices do change here on the 25th. So do check that out. But this is how, like, people ask me, well, how did you know to pick this one? How did you know what's coming next? And no, I can't tell the future, but I do know how and where to position myself, my students, and my family, and how to make sure that when the baby girl is ready to start investing, whenever she gets a social, we'll know exactly where to put her money and what stocks to put them in. And when she's ready, whenever that social comes, I don't know when, we'll know what to pick at that point in time. And a lot of that, actually all of that, is inside the investor toolkit. So go check that out. All right, so as you see here, all of them are up when you compare it to the overall market. The S&P 500, which is what we were talking about earlier. S&P 500 is up 5%, which is it's cool. You made money. Great. But you see here, it also took the biggest dip, along with Home Depot. Home Depot took the biggest dip, but they also had the biggest gain. High risk, high reward. That's always going to be the case. When you get it, you hold on to it for a long term, and sometimes it pays off. And in this case, it would have paid off in all these cases. But notice when in consumer staple world, when I think of consumer staples, I'm really thinking Walmart, Costco, Kroger. Look how the dip. Actually, there was no dip. When if you look here, March 19th, when the overall stock market in Home Depot hit the worst, look at what happened to Walmart here and Kroger here. They actually went up. And that's why I don't like the word recession proof, but these are stocks that do very well in times like this. You could also throw Dollar General in there, which also hit an all-time high, I think on yesterday, around $200 a share. I've been telling you guys about that for months too. Again, when these types of things hit, they tend to do well. I mean, it's really hard to have a terrible year. That doesn't mean you can't lose money, but it's hard to have a terrible year or long-term outlook on on stuff you have to have. You have to go to Walmart. You have to get groceries. You have to go to Kroger. You ain't got much of a choice. So that's why these tend to do well over time. But as you can see, all of them are up double digits, which is great. The stock market as a whole, 5%, which is still good, still good. Not gonna, yeah, with the with the overall market when you made a profit. So these are the stocks I want to tell you guys about. We've been talking about it for a while, so you want to make sure that you share this video and get it out there and tell people like, hey, you should sign up. All right. So last thing that I wanted to talk about. Let's see if it's gonna let me do this. Let's see, Plutus nominees, and let's hopefully it pulls up. All right, so for the Plutus Award, for those that don't know, is it's like, some people call it the Grammys of personal finance. I like to call it the Oscars of personal finance. It's an award that I've actually always wanted, but never really got. But thanks to you guys, we have made the finalist list. So we are here, and this is because of y'all. Here we are. So we are in the running for best investment content, which is great. So first off, thank you. Y'all are the ones that nominated me. I appreciate y'all. I think I brought it up on video like the day before nomination was over. So I really appreciate y'all help for getting this far. I have never been nominated before. I've been doing it for 10 years and never been nominated before. Clearly I've never won. So I'm really excited just to be in this category and with some really, really amazing people. If y'all have been around me, especially this year, you know that Her First 100K, we've done a summit together. If you were a fan of the radio show, you know that Investing Latina has been on the show as well. So I'm going to go check out these other people. You should too. But I'm very, very excited to be among this company, especially in such a crazy year, right? So definitely excited about that. And we are officially nominees of the biggest personal finance award out there. So very excited. And again, kudos and thanks to y'all for sharing these videos, for liking these videos, and coming with me at 10 p.m. Monday through Fridays here on Facebook and 10:30 on Instagram and at whatever time that people check me out on YouTube. So thank y'all for that. Make sure you're following all those channels. Make sure you share this video. Again, stay the course. Stay the course. So recap, S&P 500 up by 500%. S&P 500 is up a record amount. This is great for the long-term investor. My daughter says I need to wrap it up, so I'm gonna do that. You got Walmart, you got Home Depot, you got Kroger as good, stable places to kind of park your money now. Park it now, but also kind of like long-term too. And these are the things we've been discussing and talking about for quite some time. So again, make sure you check those out. Make sure you go to buildingbread.com/tools. That link should be above or below or wherever the link is these days to sign up for the Investors Toolkit. This is how I know where to be at all times. So it's going to help you out to figure out where to start investing and help you invest with confidence. And that's the biggest thing, because you don't want to have saved hundreds or even $1,000, jump to the stock market and be worried and not sure. The Investors Toolkit is going to give you confidence to help you know that you are in the right places and help you, say I told you so a lot, which is really cool when like a Warren Buffett says, look, I think I'm going to go invest in that too before it's even public. And that's not the first time we've done it. Not the first time we've done it at all. So very excited about that. Very excited about y'all and what you guys have done. So very happy. All right. So I will talk to y'all later. We are going to continue our option series. I just want to this is big news. I want to take a break today, and we'll likely continue at some point this week, talk about covered calls. If you have any questions about options, let me know. If it was too confusing, let me know, and then we'll correct those and then move on with our series. All right. So again, thank y'all. Continue sharing, and I will see y'all on tomorrow.